episode of What Happens Here, Las Vegas' newest sports and entertainment program. I'm your host, Marcus Deeg, and thanks for joining us. Episode 14 coming up right now. Thank you very much for the support. Everyone's been giving us some great support from all around the world, here in Las Vegas, all across the pond, so thanks very much. We've got a massive competition coming up really shortly, guys. We're going to drop that and let everybody know what's happening. Today, we are sticking with the mixed martial arts interviews. And once again, I don't know what's been happening. I've interviewed about 10 Irishmen in the last couple of weeks, so I'm going to interview another one. So this guy fights out of SBG Ireland. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to let you know a little bit about this young man. By the time he was 11 years old, he was already 6-time world kickboxing champion. He won a gold medal in the British Open for kickboxing, a silver medal for Jiu Jitsu. He starred in a short film. Channel 4 made a documentary about his life and his skills. He's been called the Prodigy. He's been called the new Conor McGregor, fighting out of SBG Ireland. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Nate, the great Kelly. What's the story, brother?
What's up, Marcus? How are you doing? Nice to have me on.
Oh, you're welcome, brother. Good to have you here, mate. How's everything going over there in Ireland with the quarantine? What's the story over there?
Oh, good, yeah. Still tipping away in the train and still getting on. Doing my own bits out in the back and all that, so
yeah.
All good.
Yeah, it must be hard when you're a mixed martial artist and you can't train in your facility. So you've got to think of all these other ways to train. What have you just been training out of the backyard?
Yeah, I've been doing all different stuff. I've been starting to lift a few more weights. I've never really done that before, so I'm trying to do a few different things, take myself out of my comfort zone still, even though I'm in my own house.
Yeah.
I have to be grateful though at the same time, I have equipment there to use and I'm healthy, I'm fit, I'm able to train, so I have to be grateful for that as well.
No, absolutely.
So I'm happy that I'm able to do that,
Yeah, for sure. Now, tell everybody how old you are and a little bit about your background, Nate, for people that haven't heard of you, maybe over here in America that don't know who you are.
I'm 15. I'm going on 16 this year. I've been doing kickboxing 11 years coming up this year. Jiu Jitsu since I'm 7. I'm a European champion in kickboxing and Jiu Jitsu. A 13-time national kickboxing champion. Multiple other competitions all around the world. And a future UFC champion, no doubt.
Well, your resume is of someone that's been in the industry for 20 years. You've won so many titles, you've won so many competitions, and you've been training since you were a young kid. It was mixed martial arts or jiu-jitsu your first sport, or was there something else that you started before this?
I started kickboxing when I was 4 because I feel like I was always a fighter. I was always really into it. Ever since a young age, I was watching movies with my granddad, and I was even out. I just always loved to fight, I used to do football, and on the pitch, I always used to get into fights. So I think at some stage, my ma or my dad was like, maybe this isn't the sport for him. Maybe we need to throw him into something else. So we found the kickboxing club, and ever since then, I didn't want to do anything other else than just fight. I gave up everything else, and ever since then, this is all I've wanted to do. Never look back.
I remember seeing a video of you when you guys were watching Conor's debut fight in the UFC, and you must have been maybe 4 or 5 years old. And you were even saying then to the cameraman that the UFC was your goal. Is that something that's always been in your mindset?
Yeah, that's something I've always wanted to do. That's a lifelong dream of mine to be UFC champion. Ever since a young age, I've always said it. I'm going to be a UFC champion. And not just say it, I've believed it. And I've seen it happen, multiple times over in my head. So it's only a matter of time now until it happens.
Now, where do you get that extraordinary ability to foresee the future? Where does that come from? Do you learn that through martial arts, or has anyone taught you that? Your parents? How do you put it out there in the universe?
I get my belief from my training. I get the belief from my training. I put in the work in the gym. I'm putting countless hours ever since I'm 4 years of age. So that's how I have the confidence to say that. I believe I'm going to be UFC champion. I'm not just saying that. I'm backing up with the work that I put in. But also I'm starting to get a lot more into the universe and all different stuff like that, and just when you see something, and not just see it, you have to see it in your mind, believe it, put it out there, and then it's going to happen. So
now, do you think that's something that you've learned from one of your training partners, the Notorious one? Is that something that he's taught you, or you just always had that?
No, definitely. I think Conor was probably one of the first people to come out and say, I believe this. I see it happening, and the way he said things like, "Oh, I'm gonna knock him out in the first round," and went down and done it. That was unbelievable. Nobody done that before him. So I think everybody started trying to be like, "Oh, what's the secret behind that?" And all these books and everything. You just need to fill your mind up with knowledge. You can't just be one dimensional, and you need to learn as much things as possible to succeed in this game.
For someone of your age, you're really articulate. You speak really well. I've seen you in a bunch of interviews. You always talk better than most seasoned vets. Do you think that's also part of your martial arts training that's given you this ability to be so mature at such a young age?
Yeah, 100%. I think some people just get lucky and get the gift of the gab, And I think I have that a bit myself. But yeah, the martial arts it's given me great confidence as well. I'm able to walk down the street, and I know even if grown men try to do anything to me, I'm able to defend myself. So it's given me great confidence in myself and my ability and everything.
So obviously martial arts is something that most young kids should get into because of what exactly those points that you just said.
Yeah,
Do you think
100%.
that training at SBG with all those great training partners and those great coaches, has that enhanced your ability and your performance?
Yeah, 100%. You walk into the gym, you see these fighters for Bellator, for UFC. You see one of the greatest of all time, like Conor McGregor there, all these other amazing fighters. It's an amazing. Even the teenagers coming up, all my training partners. There's something special going on in that gym. 100%, 100%.
You're pretty much famous for. I remember when Connor did a press conference in Dublin, and I think it was you jumped up on your dad's shoulders and you said, "How long is it going to take you to take his head clean off?" He said, "It'll be done." You've been seen on the industry for a long time now. I've ran into you
Yeah,
in New York. I've ran into you in Vegas a couple of times.
yeah.
What's the plan? Is it to stay in Ireland or is it to branch over to America?
I want to keep it at home, for a while. And anyways, I'm only 15, so I've a lot of time ahead of me to plan all this stuff out. So I want to stay at home, train over here, get a good resume over here, a nice few amateur fights. I want to go to the IMAFs as well, and then for the pro ranks, I want to start going over to America, start putting my name out overseas.
Do you think that this is going to be your only job? Is this what you're going to do for the rest of your life, or you're not going to be like a carpenter or something like that? This is what you're going to focus on, right?
No, 100%. I want to put every single thing that I have into this, and I have since a young age. I have since four put everything into it. I've never done any other side sports or anything like that because it's not even like I feel like I have to. This is what I love. I feel like everybody was born to do something. Some people find it, some people don't, and I feel like I found it from a young age. So there's nothing else I really want to do. I want to put everything into this and achieve the best as I can in this sport. That's the goal.
It's remarkable for someone of your age to have this knowledge of what you've done. I mean, most young kids your age are robbing and drinking and drugging and getting into no good.
Yeah.
All you're doing is thinking about training and becoming a part of the UFC. What advice would you give to young people that are maybe going down the wrong direction that you could say to join martial arts and to become more productive in society? What advice would you give to these young kids that are thinking about doing that?
Yeah, that's it. See, where I grew up, Tala, there's a lot of that goes on, and I don't really go out into that because I'm always in the gym training. I stay away from that. I have my head on my shoulders. That's not going to benefit me in any way. That's not going to, that's not going to do anything for me. It's not going to benefit me other than going down the wrong road. So, martial arts keeps you disciplined because you're more time in the gym, and then when you come home from the gym, you don't want to go out because you're tired and all of that. So, martial arts 100% is one of the best things you can get into. And even if you're not into that, if that's not something you're into, genuinely go join a sport. Find something that you're passionate about other than just going to school, coming home. Try something new. Like try find something that you're passionate about.
See, there you go, guys. That's coming from the man right there. If you want to make your parents proud and do the right thing, get into some kind of sport. Now, away from the sports side for a second, you've done a little bit of acting as well, Nate. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I was in a Cardboard Gangster. Shout out Mark O'Connor. I was in Cardboard Gangsters. I didn't have a huge role, but it's the start. Much more to come. Don't worry about that. Much more to come. That's only the start of the acting career.
Oh, so that's something that you're interested in, is getting into the acting career. Would
Yeah,
you?
yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, definitely.
And some like a new mixed martial arts star, the new John Claude Van Damme of our era, maybe. That's awesome.
Yeah, that could be it. The new Bruce Lee, the new age Bruce Lee. I never know.
The Irish Bruce Lee. I'd love that.
Yeah,
So
that's it.
tell us about the short film that you did a few years back. You were cast in a short film about Connor. How did that come about, and what was your role in that?
Oh yeah. It was a short film made by Jared Welch. He made one for the Diaz McGregor too. It was like kind of a short story thing, and I was playing young Connor, and I think I done pretty well online and stuff. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
that's something I'm enjoy. That's something I enjoy, acting as well. Definitely like to go down that road. There's a bit of money in that as well, so that's
Well,
another nice thing to it.
that's it, brother. Now, how do you find this kind of celebrity that you have now, being part of SBG, being Conor McGregor's friend? Does that have an effect on your mates? Like, do they worship the ground that you walk on? That you're kind of like this young celebrity that's making their way up there. Does that affect any of your peers or the people that you hang out with at school?
No, not at all. I have a very small circle. I have a very small group of friends, and they're an incredible group of friends. I have friends from the gym, and I've had friends that have been with me from school from the start. And obviously my parents, everything. In my eyes, I don't like to see myself, celebrity, anything like that. I haven't, in my eyes, I haven't made it until I've got millions in the bank. And I've got a UFC goal. That's my goal. So when that happens, I can say I officially made it. But for now, have to keep the head in the shoulders, the head down, keep working.
See, that's what it comes down to, being humble in the game that you're in, guys. You're hearing it from a 15-year-old young man here that knows what the hell he's talking about. Maybe some of the adults out there could take a leaf out of this guy's book. So tell us about your other hobbies outside of, you play video games, you got a girlfriend, what's the deal?
Nah, no time for girls now, so maybe in a few years,
Yeah.
But I play a bit of video games and chill out a bit. That's really it. I don't have any passions for any other sports or anything, so I try to put all my time into that. And I'll still go to school, chill with the friends, whatever.
Yeah, yeah. So the people around the world have seen you on TV, they've seen you on these short films, and they're definitely going to see you in the UFC. I can definitely see that in your future. You're a remarkable young man, Nate. I mean, the way that you speak and the way that you talk and your attitude is just second to none. It's like you're an adult, and I think a lot of people should take a note out of your book. Now, what a couple of the let me tell you a couple of the comments that we got from the fans online. One lady, Siobhan from Dublin, said, he's a lovely young man. Someone else
nice one,
Siobhan. All right, Siobhan. We had at least 5 young ladies asking if you were single. We've already got to that question there, so we won't have to ask that one again. And we had many. We've already gone over the whole UFC. A lot of people wanted to know, is that your goal? That's where you're going. Out of all the martial arts that you do, of course, mixed martial arts is your favorite. Is there something that stands out to you? Where's your skill set as far as your strengths?
See, I don't like to say, I have strengths here, I have strengths there. I'm trying not to be one-dimensional. I'm good on the feet, but I'm also good on the ground. That's one thing that you can't take away. I've been doing Jiu Jitsu since I'm 7. So if the fight is on the feet, that's where it starts. They might be getting put out there, but if it goes to the ground, don't worry about that either. The ground game is there.
Yeah. Now, what about injuries, Nate? Have you sustained any injuries? Because you're only 15, and any major injuries?
No, I'm still fresh as a daisy. I'm only young. The biggest injury I got was actually from football. I broke my ankle. I haven't really got any major injuries from this game yet.
Yeah. So how can people find you, Nate? Because we're going to put all your handles up here on the screen. Where can people around the world find you?
Follow me on Nate Kelly MMA on Instagram, and Twitter. I think it's Nate the Great MMA as well. I'd like to shout out my sponsors in Best Eye, Top 10 Martial Arts, Absolute Limos, and Ignition Autos as well.
Guys, we've had a lot of guests on this show so far, and I only like to put people that are inspirational and that have something positive to say. Most of the people that we've had on have been from the sporting or the entertainment industry. This young man here has just come onto this program right now and held himself at a level that most young people should aspire to be like. I'm sure his parents are very, very proud. He's a martial artist. He's an actor. He's a very, very talented young man, and I see nothing but huge things for this kid's future. I don't want to call you a kid because you're a young man. Nate, is there anything else that you'd like to say to everybody on a positive note before we bounce?
No, that's it. Thank you very much, Marcus, for having me on. It was great to talk to you.
We've known each other.
Hope everyone stays positive through this tough time. We'll get through it. Have to stay positive. That's it.
Absolutely. I've known you for a while, mate. I've been following you on your social media, and we've ran into each other a couple of times. And you've always been a pleasure, and it's just been so awesome to talk to you today. Getting to know a little bit about the man behind what we see on TV. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to give this kid a follow. I want you to show your support, and I want you to keep your eye out on him, because I can guarantee within the next few years, this guy is going to be a star. Nate, thanks very much for coming on the show today, buddy. I really, really appreciate it, and we will really look forward.
Marcus.
We will look forward to seeing you in the future, my friend.
100%. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, on What Happens Here, Nate the Great. Thank you, brother. Hey guys, Marcus here. Today's episode was proudly sponsored by Team Guilty Clothing, Conquered Apparel, Rise Fight Gear, Molcata Clothing Wear. How could we forget Fit Guru Fight Retreats in Las Vegas? Of course, Wildcats for all your cannabis needs. And of course, Baller Balm for when your beer needs to be money. Today's episode was fueled by Proper 12, the finest, the tastiest liquid gold on the planet.